Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sinead and I'm back with another video. So if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new here and you don't know me, I'm Sinead. I'm a medical student and I make videos about life at med school. So as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be about how I organize pretty much all of my life using Notion. I'll also give you guys some tips on how you can make your Notion pages look a little bit better. And if you stick around to the end, I'll give you some details on how you can get a free Notion template for university. Don't forget to like this video if you find it useful and also comment any questions that you might have. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well so you can see all of my future videos. And with that being said, let's get straight into this video. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead and opened up my Notion. So for each page, I'm gonna just go from like top to bottom and show you guys what I've got on there. So this is my Notion dashboard, which kind of acts like a little navigation board for all of my pages. I'm not going to go through every single page on my Notion because we'd probably be here forever, but I will go through some of my most important ones so you guys can see. So going from top to bottom, obviously I've got a little header here. The theme is pink overall, so I just found a little image of some pink flowers, and then I've got the title obviously, and then I like to start most of my Notion pages with a little quote. So in this case I've got a Bible verse. Another thing you'll see with most of my Notion pages is that they are split into columns. So we've got one column over here, one in the middle, and then one on the right hand side. So if we start over on this side, so this clock widget isn't from Notion itself, it's from a third-party website. I will tell you guys how you can get some Notion widgets as well, so stay tuned for that. I've got a little section for university. So I study medicine, so these are all of my previous pages of notes. Obviously I'm not in year 5 yet, but I just put it there just for the sake of it, and I'll be integrating this year. So I've got my integration page there. I've got a Notion widget for the weather in London. I just thought it was cute and took up space, so I put that there. We've got a page for planning my TikTok content, a page for my YouTube content, a page for my weekly agenda, so just where I put what I'm doing for the week, and then also a page for planning my tuition lessons because I do tutor some younger students. So that's sort of how I plan anything work related. Underneath that, I've just got some pages which are for planning. So I've got a 12-week year page. That was actually a template that I got off YouTube. And then I have this meal planner, which I got from Notion Marketplace as well. That's another template. And then a travel page, which I sort of started making myself. And then just one for my finances as well. And if we go over to this side, I just have a little call out on what today's priority is. I don't really use this that much, but I put Notion video script on there, so that was relevant to this video. And then again, I have this calendar widget which I got from a website, and then just a little self-care section. So this is where I put like my self-care or like health pages. So that's pretty much it for my dashboard. So I'm going to start off by showing you guys my weekly agenda. So here I've got my weekly agenda. It is pretty simple, and I do actually have a free template on this already, so you can go and download that if you want to. This is a previous one, only because I like to put my monthly goals on there, and I know everyone has their personal preference, but for me, I don't like to share my goals until after I've done them. So that's why I'm just showing you guys a previous one where I've already like ticked all of them off. So just going from top to bottom of this page, so as I said, I like to put a little Bible verse at the top, and then I put my goals underneath. So these will usually start off as grey, and then once I've ticked it off, I'll change the colour to green and then just reset it for a new month. Going down, we actually have each day of the week. So the way I've structured it, I put the date that the week began, and then we just have a little picture here to fill up the space, and then each day of the week. And as you can see in this one, it's just got the to-do list box, and I just tick them off as I do them each day. I do have a button here which allows me to create a new week and a new agenda. So whenever I'm done with a week, I will turn this heading into a toggle heading. So I go to turn into and toggle heading 3. It basically puts all the blocks underneath it, so I can close that, and then I'll put it in the archive, and then I'll create a new agenda, and you can just see it comes up with a blank agenda. You can pre-fill it with the different things that you might do each week already. So of course I usually have tuition on some days and I go to the gym, so I've just put those in so that I don't have to keep typing it every single week. And then of course I would put the date in as well. So let's say 1st of September was when the week began, and that would be my new agenda. If we scroll underneath that, so I just have another little call out for just some general reminders. So things that I won't do on a specific day, but I need to keep in mind when I'm doing everything. And then the archive page, which is where I keep all of the old agendas that I had. This little calendar here is a Google Calendar widget. So it is linked to one of my Gmail accounts, and basically any event that I schedule on that Gmail account will come up here. I don't really use this that much anymore. It is kind of just for the aesthetic because I mostly use my Apple Calendar, but that is something that you might find useful. So you can add a Gmail calendar widget as well. So that's pretty much it for my weekly agenda. I'm going to move on to showing you guys my 4th year of medical school page. So this is the page that I used for my 4th year of med school, and you may have seen this little header in some of my thumbnails. So this is the main page. The university templates that I've made do take inspiration from this as well, so you will be able to get something similar to this one. So going from the top, so I made this header myself in Photoshop. I originally saw the image on Pinterest, but it wasn't the right size for the Notion header, so I remade it for my Notion page. We then have the title and then my little Bible verse as well. So again, this page is split into 3 columns. So we'll go from this side. So I've got this clock widget, which I'm pretty sure is from Indify. I've got a navigation pane, so it's got my clinical skills passport. So that's all the sign-offs that I need to get at med school. My notes from 3rd and 2nd year, and then also some notes put together by the MedSoc at my university. I have a little section for when my holidays were, and then also a countdown for my exam week. So this is now saying 21 weeks since exam week, but of course previously in the year it would count down until exam week. And this is also a widget from Indify as well. A little section for my academic goals, and then just this image that I got from Pinterest. So going back to the middle, so this is where I put most of my med school notes. So it's basically just a database where I put in all of the placement blocks that I had, and then within those I put each of the specialties that I studied this year. So as you can see, I've put the date, whether I've made the flashcards, and also if I've done the past med questions as well. So this is the table view, but sometimes I have it in the gallery view. I just put some headers for each placement block, and I just think it looks kind of nice when I look at it in this way. So that's the different ways that I organized my notes. Underneath that section, I have another table which was just for anything that didn't fit into the table of my main modules. So just any sort of like academic weeks or extra notes that I wanted to do. If we have a look at this side over here, so I just put a little call out to show what placement block I'm currently on and what group I was in. And then again, we have this calendar widget from Indify. And then we did an audit this year, so I put a little section for that, and then this image I just got from Pinterest. Underneath all that, I did have a couple more sections. So the most interesting one was probably this little habit tracker. So again, this does have a button, so it's all automated. So you can just put in like what habits you want to do and then tick them off for each day. So it's just a little way to motivate you to get all your stuff done. And then when I'm done with that, I can just move this one or delete it and then get a new tracker, and it should load with a blank one. During exam season, I did make a little revision timetable as well using this calendar. I do mostly use my Apple Calendar though, so sometimes this was just for like rough planning, and then I'd kind of just put everything into my Apple Calendar. But again, it's something that you can do on your own university page. So that's what my page for my 4th year of med school looks like. I'll now show you guys my TikTok page. So moving on to my TikTok content planner, so it is a similar structure to the previous page. So for some of the pages, I'll just go through what the differences are so I don't keep boring you with the same thing. So this header I got directly from Pinterest, and it's pink, so it definitely fits the aesthetic. So the most important part of this page is the content planner database. This is just where I put in all my ideas for videos, and I can track when I'm going to upload them, what the status of them is, and then also what platform I'm going to post it on. So all of these are ones that I've uploaded already, and you can see I've got the upload date, the platform, what type of content it is, and also whether I'm gonna post it on YouTube Reels as well. Another cute addition is this little widget, so you can link your TikTok page to it and then just add it to your Notion. And I think it's just really cute to look at. If we scroll down, so I've just got some toggles on little things that I want to keep note of, and then some images from Pinterest as well. And down here I've just got my content planner again, but this time it's in the calendar view, so it just helps with seeing what I'm going to post across the whole month and when I need to upload it by. Next, we're going to have a look at my gym tracker. So starting with this header, I made this myself and I chose this title because it matches my gym playlist. This habit tracker is the same one from my year 4 page. I just changed the habits to ones that are relevant to the gym. I've got some information about each of my workouts, so just the exercises that I do and the reps and the weight. So this is kind of old because I do have a new table where I track all of the weights that I do. I added my gym playlist from Spotify as well, so you can add your Spotify playlist to your Notion pages, but it only lets you play about 15 seconds of each song, so it's not 100% integrated, but it is a nice little addition onto your page. So this is where I track all of my exercises now. So I've just got the name of it and then which muscle group it targets, and then also my working set and my PR. So this just allows me to see everything in one place really easily. And if we scroll down, I've got a calendar which just has my gym days on there. So again, I mostly use my Apple Calendar, but this is a nice little addition to the page, and I do have an automation. So if I click this button, it will fill in my workouts for the next couple days, and I can just move those onto the days that I feel like I'm gonna go to the gym. Let's go over some tips on how you can make your Notion pages look a little bit better. So we're gonna use my Notion dashboard as the example, and we're gonna start off with the page settings. So if you go up to the 3 dots in the corner, you'll find the page settings and just other actions that you can complete. So I like to play around with the font sometimes. So there's only 3 options on Notion, so either the default, serif, or mono. I like to use the serif one for most of my pages. I also like to change the pages to full width. So this is what your typical Notion page will look like. So you can see it's got the 2 spaces at the side. I personally don't like that, and I think it looks a lot better when it takes up the entire page. You can also have a smaller text. So I've got it turned on this page. This is what it looks like when it's the sort of default size, but the smaller one just sort of adds a bit more space if you've got loads of information on there. My next tip would be to always choose a page cover and an icon. So for the cover, I think I've been referring to it as the header sometimes, but I'm just talking about this image at the top of the page here. You can upload your own one or search one on Unsplash. Whatever you choose is up to you. I just recommend that it sort of matches the aesthetic of the page. For the icon, you can choose pretty much any emoji or any of the icons that come with Notion, or you can upload your own if you want to. Another tip is to make use of columns. So when you create a new page in Notion, it won't have any columns, and whatever you put in there will sort of just be all in one block. But by using columns, you can just break up the page into different sections and just make it much more interesting to look at. Notion widgets are another way of making your pages look nicer. So I get most of my widgets from Indify and widgetbox, but there are different places that you can get widgets from. So just have a browse and see what you want to add to your page. Now we're going to have a look at the templates that I'm going to include in this video. So there are 2 versions of this template. So one is just a generic university template, and then the other one is med school specific. So obviously one of the main differences is the header. So the med school one has a custom header that I made, and of course this is mostly for the girls, but you can change the header if it doesn't really fit. I'll go through the generic template because they are pretty much the same minus 1 or 2 differences. So this template allows you to organize pretty much all of your university notes. So it comes with a section for your modules, and then you've also got an assignment tracker and a section to put your timetable. So we've currently got the modules in gallery view, but if we have a look in the table view, so we've just got each block or each semester that you might have, and then you can put in each of your modules as a sub item and then put the dates, whether you've started the assignments and anything else that might be relevant. So next to that, we've just got a little section for some reminders and a section where you can put in the dates for each of your holidays. We've also got a section for your goals for the semester. This template also comes with a habit tracker, so you can just put in the habits that are relevant to you and then tick off whether you've done them each day. Just remember that if you do edit the habits, just make sure you edit them on the button as well, just so that when you click new habit tracker, it will come up with the same habits. And of course, when you're done with a week, all you've got to do is move the tracker into your archive and then just press the button and it will load a new one for you. And then underneath that is an extra database for anything that doesn't fit into your main modules table. So let's say you've got some notes to do in reading week or like another essay competition or something like that, you can put it in there and still be able to keep it organized. So that's the generic university template. The med school one is pretty much the same. It's just that it comes with a clinical skills passport. So with this clinical skills tracker, you can input all of your skills and track your progress with them. So the way I've formatted the table is you can put what the target number is for the sign-offs and also your current ones. And then you can track your progress with this little bar here. And once it gets to 2/3 of the progress, it will tick it off as complete. So I'm not sure about other med schools, but I know at my one that if you've got at least 2/3 of the sign-offs for one skill, then that does count as it being complete. So I've formatted it so that once you get to 2/3, then it will say that it's complete and have this little tick box here. Obviously, you do need to keep track of your overall percentage though, because even though we can have 2/3 of the skill complete, you do need to have like, let's say 75% or 80% overall. So you just have to make sure that you're calculating that using the sums at the bottom of each table. On the med school template, I also just added a little page which is sort of just random things to remember. So I would always come across something that I know I needed to come back to but wasn't really sure where to put it. So if you've got something random and you're just like, I need to come back to this, then you can just drop it there. So these templates are free, but only for the first 50 people. So if you do want to get your hands on it, make sure you're quick. But even if you don't, it will still be an affordable price. So don't worry too much if you're not one of those first 50. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found my tips useful and you got some inspo for your own Notion pages. If you do use my Notion template and you happen to post it on social media, please do tag me because I'd love to see your customizations and how it's helping you stay organized at uni. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also comment any questions or what you liked about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well so you can see all my future videos. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next one.